Guys, I'm Tiffany and I'm going to be doing your readings today. If you're new to this channel and to this page, I just wanted to take a second to introduce myself. I'm Tiffany Harlick and I started writing with a publishing company called Spellbound Publishers. I started doing cookbooks about 10 years ago, and after doing 14 cookbooks, I switched genres and started writing more mind, body, health, metaphysical stuff. And so that's where Wise Skies comes in. So Wise Skies offers astrology, tarot, numerology, and just kind of tools to help people live simply and in sync with the cosmos, right? So before we start, I'm going to go ahead and use the Golden Tarot deck like I always do, and I'm going to supplement today's readings with the medicine cards, which are our animal cards. And this is the first deck I ever learned when I was little with my aunt, and I love this deck because it's so easy to kind of vibe with one of the animal spirits, or it's easy to like use them as a symbol and see out in the world, or get a little image of one of them and really extract some meaning that is just super simple and accessible, as opposed to this, which is a little bit more complex if you haven't played with it, right? So before we jump into the tarot, I'm going to go so everybody's going to get a free reading. I wanted to address the astrology right now because I had some cool things happen last night. So the astrology and numerology of March is up on the March forecast. The podcast is live, so if you're interested in like a deeper dive, you can go to Wise Skies Advice, and I'll pop the forecast link in the comment notes here. But Mercury is retrograde right now, and that gets a lot of buzz. Things slow down, there's technical breakdowns, maybe you're having to reset your password a whole lot days, and sometimes it drives people nuts. But it really kind of so when the energy is intense out there, why is it that some people are living their normal lives and having a great time, and some people just aren't, or they're having a harder time? Well, I encourage you to look at where in your birth chart, and if you haven't had a natal astrology reading done before, that's a service that I do provide at Wise Skies, and so I'd be happy to do that for you. But if you know where Pisces is in your chart, then you can kind of see, okay, what does this Mercury retrograde have to assess or rethink or address, right? So for me, Pisces falls in my fourth house of home and family. So for me, like, Pisces is the great escape. So making my home, my new home where I've just moved, a place that I run to instead of away from, right? Making it my hideaway. And so I have been working in my garden and making it feel really dreamy and at home. I love reading here and studying. Really enjoy yoga and, of course, gardening and cooking and astrology, right? So that's what I've been doing with this Mercury retrograde. But last night, some cool people that I hadn't seen in 20 years came just back into my circle. And so this idea of Mercury retrograde going over, your soul tribe coming back to you, seeing people that you haven't seen in a long time, those are really positive ways of playing with the astrology right now. So I made a few notes over here. So March is a 7-month and a 4-year. And so this is a very inquisitive type of soul quest type of energy going on. So if you're studying something, if you're reading something, if you want to take a deep dive, that's what the 7 is going to do for you. And then the 4 is really gives you the practical tools to be able to kind of like read a chapter a night. It gives you some structure, right? In the astrology, in addition to Mercury being retrograde in March, we've got the spring equinox. Let's see. On March 1st is a great day to set your intentions. There's a first quarter moon in Gemini. So I'm suggesting sodalite, which is a crystal that is blue that really helps you with clear communications. So maybe on the 1st, you want to grab a little extra sodalite crystal. What else is going on? We've got a full moon in Virgo in March on the 9th. I love that full moon, and I've created this whole handout about doing a house clearing. So a house clearing of your house. But full moon in Virgo on the 9th is one of my favorite full moons of the whole year. Mercury will go direct on the 10th, and then we get a little extra good juju on that day because the sun will sextile Jupiter. So around the 9th and the 10th, I feel like we're going to feel this move forward, this push forward as we launch into the spring equinox energy, which is March 19th. There's just this opportunity for a total reset. Mars is going to conjunct Pluto, and that can be nasty. But it can also be this super transformative, moving forward type of energy. So I feel like March is going to unfold in a really cool way. At the end of the month, we're going to get our new moon in Aries, right? And that new moon is the time for wishes, new beginnings, hopes, dreams, goals, saying them, speaking them out loud, writing them, getting an accountability buddy. But it's in Aries, which is the first sign of the zodiac. So it's the new moon in the first sign. And so there's just a lot of this spring fun energy going on. Okay, I know that was more than I usually give. So I wanted to just welcome some new people if you're here watching for the first time, and we'll jump right in with the Golden Tarot deck, and I'll supplement again with the metals. So starting with Aries, let's shuffle for Aries. Hi, Sherry from North Idaho, and happy birthday, Jamie, on the 3rd. Do we have any leap year babies? I was just curious if anybody was born on February 29th. I always so we're just clearing the deck for Aries, and this is a fun reading to give you practical advice for your weekend. You never want to take the cards too seriously because you were born wise. You know best. You know, you have your inner knower. But if you're struggling and you're just kind of curious and you want to have fun, this is just an extra tidbit for you. Okay. And hi, Maura from Vancouver. Good morning. And hey, Shauna. Okay, so let's do Aries. Clear for Aries. Hi, Chrissy. I see you too. Clearing the deck for Aries. What do our Aries friends know in here? What's some practical advice we can offer our Aries friends? All right, what falls out is the Knight of Swords. So charging ahead. All right, and the Nine of Cups. You get your wish, Aries. So is there any clarification that we need? It's going to take a little bit of strength. So it's not going to happen overnight, this great new thing that you're working on. But, you know, go ahead. Let this be a weekend where you can just charge ahead. Tap into your Aries prowess. You know, go for what you want. You know, this is the Nine of Cups is the card of the wish card. So you get your wish. And I always tell people, be careful what you wish for. So, you know, knowing that you're going to need a little bit more strength and stamina, a little bit more compassion and kindness to get your wish, this is still the card of moving ahead, and nobody knows better how to move ahead than an Aries. So if you are an Aries and that's useful, hi Chrissy, then please tell me, you know, please let me know if that's useful information. If there's something that you're working on moving forward to, you know, Aries, your new moon is coming at the end of March. So preparing yourself to really launch something and really be able to move forward at the end of March, that's a great timing for you. And we have just an animal card for our Aries funsies. The owl, okay? The card of wisdom, the mascot of Wise Skies. You know, the owl has a lot of symbology in it. So taking, you know, remembering that you are born wise, you have your own inner knower, Aries, and then maybe you want to look up what owl symbology is. I'm part of Nextdoor, the Nextdoor app in my neighborhood, and somebody just put a big, huge plea for not setting out rat poison because it kills the owls. And, you know, it really actually does kill the owls because they're there to eat the rats. So public service announcement for the animals. Okay, clearing the deck for Taurus. Clear for Taurus. What do our Taurus friends need to hear? Clearing for Taurus. Hope everybody's having an awesome start to your Friday. Okay. Taurus. Gosh, wow, that's really heavy. So I'm going to pull that one out. That's just the instruction cards. So we've got two tens here, Taurus, the 10 of Swords and the 10 of Wands. And this means I like to tell people the worst is over. You've been going through something really intense, or it's been just a heavy week. You've taken on too much. You've overcommitted, and you just kind of drown yourself in too much stuff to do. And it's actually really causing a lot of obsession, anxiety. You know, this is a heavy reading. So let's change our perspective. You know, Knight of Swords, let's charge ahead. Let's love anyways. You know, what is that quote? If somebody knows, please tell me about, you know, if it's going wrong, do it well anyways. If they're being jerks, love them anyways, right? That's kind of the vibe that I get. So, you know, putting your best foot forward, acknowledging that you've had a rough week. It's been a tough one maybe for some of you Taurus out there. So change your perspective and just be unwilling to shake your faith, you know, just stay strong. So So a little bit of animal for medicine. Let's see, for our Taurus friends. Jamie, thanks for the hair compliment. I haven't washed it in a week, and I curled it last night. So I just feel like a little bit of over-processing goes a long way. But thank you for the sweet compliment. And hi, Emma. All right, we're doing a card for our Taurus, and they get an eagle. So far, 2 birds. So the Aries got an owl, and Taurus gets eagle. Spirit of freedom and independence. So kind of breaking free from that heavy energy that we were picking up on. Okay? Do your own thing, you know, is another way of reading that. You know, there's a lot of eagles out in the sky if you're looking for them, and hawks. There's a lot more hawks than you ever would have realized. You know, like everything looks like a big black vulture down here in Texas, but there's a lot of hawks, and there are eagles down here too. So being able to identify the eagle as it comes up is for medicine in your life. All right, let's clear the deck for Gemini. Okay, clearing for Geminis. What do our Gemini friends need to hear? Thinking about my special Gemini friends, what do they need to hear? Get some practical advice for the Geminis. Okay, those 2. So do nothing right now. It looks like you might be entertaining something a little bit foolish, something that might be a little bit naive, something that might be a little bit childish. If so, the card says do nothing. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's just that simple. Is there something they can do? Is there anything that we can offer for the Geminis? Yeah, the 6 of coins. So, you know, being generous, but knowing where the healthy boundaries are. All right, maybe you're feeling a little bit bored, okay, and you're just looking to go on an adventure. That's okay. Just don't be foolish. You know, use your brain, right? A spirit card for our Geminis, the horse. You know, this is an animal of great power. It is also not a predator, right? It's an interesting dynamic of kind of the feminine aspect of power. So horse medicine for Gemini. Let's clear the deck for Cancer. What do our Cancer friends need to hear? Clear for Cancer. Eagle is your totem. Yay. Thanks for telling me that, Sherry. Really appreciate it. And Angelique, good morning. Clearing the deck for Cancer, guys. Let's see what our Cancers need to know or hear. Let's see. Clearing the deck for Cancers. Okay. 6 of Wands and Justice. All right, so Cancer, you have a victory ahead. You know, if you've been worried, it's going to be okay. Justice is going to be served. You don't have to be in the middle of the karma making the decisions and worrying about everything. You can just sit back and trust. You really can. I know that a lot of Cancers like to control the energy. Just get a new perspective about it. Page of Swords. See if you can become the observer and keep your faith. You know, that seems to be a consistent message today. So it's okay. Things are moving forward in a new direction. Something has maybe been unfair or unbalanced, and the karma police are on top of it for you. So, you know, connecting with your guides, your spirit guides, making sure that action, that your responses are crystal clean, that you're not going to owe an apology or an amends or wish you hadn't responded a certain way. So just kind of taking care of your spiritual health so that you can be prepared to watch and wait for the victory. Okay. What medicine card do we need for our Cancer friends? Okay, that one. Otter. That's a sweet little card for Cancers, right? That's a water sign. So hopefully Otter has some significance to you. Normally I would like go through and read the whole significance of the Otter, but you can see like they're pretty they're pretty long. So I'm not going to do that in a short reading. If you guys are interested in this particular deck, you can, or you can just notice if Otter comes up in your life. You know, you can look up meanings all over online, what Otter totem means, right? All right, let's clear the deck for Leo. What do our Leo friends need to hear? Clearing the deck for Leo. Clear for Leo. All right. What do our Leo friends need to know or hear? Some practical advice for Leo Sun, Moon, Leo Rising, maybe even Leo North Node. Okay, Leo gets a 6 of Cups and the High Priestess. So, and 8 of Cups. All right, that's important information. So I'm going to look a little further into that here. The 6 of Cups, this is a card of, hanging out with your loved ones, hanging out with old people from the past, childhood friends, siblings, people that you have a shared past with. Okay, that goes really well with the astrology, right? Mercury retrograde in Pisces. Like, there's some nostalgia going on for you, right, Leo? But then you also have the High Priestess card here, which means, like, as much as you might want to be like enmeshed in your partner or involved in your business or active in your family or community life, this is a card of like unplugging a little bit and taking some time out for you, in a way that you've got to walk away from something. So you've got to turn something down in order to give yourself a little bit of self-care. Maybe you know what that is. Maybe it's simple. Maybe it's not dark and heavy. Maybe it's easy, but it looks like you're just about to take on way too much. And so this is a warning reading. Like, have fun, connect with people from the past, but don't go overboard. Give yourself plenty of me time this weekend. All right. And let's clear the deck for Leo. And what medicine card, what animal totem was this weekend? The turtle. Okay. Very maternal. Okay. This is a great card for you, Leo. It goes very well with that energy. So taking care of yourself, self-care. What do you want to study? Tap into the numerology of the 7. What do you want to dive into in March? Get yourself prepared with some new books or new audibles or stuff like that you can geek out on by yourself, right? All right. So after Leo comes Virgo. Clear the deck for Virgo. So what's a good general reading for Virgo? Okay, that one fell out. Great. King of Wands. Being in action. Being assertive. Taking charge of your life, right? Okay, so that's the energy of the King of Wands. No, like being unfuckwithable, right? Like being completely certain and sure and active. The King of Wands that fell out for Virgo is not a passive card. So clear for Virgo. Okay. All right. This is awful. Okay, good. It got better. So taking charge of your own life, you have had enough of this broken heart. You have stressed out enough over love and money. You do not need to continue to beat the drum of stress and see. Okay, so the 3 of Swords is the broken heart card, and then the Devil is the one that we get when we're really overthinking, overanalyzing, which Virgo are prone to do anyways, right? You have a Virgo full moon coming up in March, so let's put it into whatever is tormenting you once and for all, completely ready to be done with it. So there might be some purging, there might be some a new workout routine, there might be something that you can do to really clear this bad juju out. And because in the future card, it says the worst is over. It says it's ending. It might be uncomfortable right now, but you're in action about it. You know what to do. You know what you can do. And, that I would use the serenity prayer with this. Like, God, help me to accept the things I can't change. Give me the courage to change the things I can and the wisdom to know the difference, right? So if, Virgo, there's something that you just can't do anything about, know that you've given it your level best and put it to rest. The World is the last card, thank God, because that one was looking a little hairy. But the World is when things come full circle. It's going to be okay. You can keep your faith too, all right? Even you, Virgo, can keep the faith this weekend. Let's see a little medicine card, animal totem for Virgo. Something that when they see, they're going to be like, oh my God, I love that. It makes me feel lucky and magical. The rabbit. Okay, so rabbits for Virgos. Good deal. All right, after Virgo comes, who's next? Libra, right? So clear the deck for our Libra friends. What do our Libras need to know or hear? Some practical advice that will help them with any kind of guidance this weekend. Clearing the deck for Libra. Libra friends need to know here. Okay. Queen of Coins, Page of Cups, Two of Swords, and the Sun. So the Queen of Coins, you know, this is kind of like the woman whose household, or man, sorry, the household who kind of has it all together. There's a woman of her own making. She's got food on the table. Everybody likes coming over to her house. She's responsible and well respected. Okay, so kind of growing into some maturity for Libras. And I don't mean like that in a bad way. I mean like a sense of all is well in my kingdom, right, with this card. And then we've got the Page of Cups. So we're trying to address a new love. We're trying to address a message of love. We're trying to receive love, or we're trying to understand how to feel our feelings. All right, Libra, so you might have it all together, but let's go ahead and feel some feelings too. Okay, anything that needs to be felt, because you've had a hard decision to make. Twos are always a decision. The Swords are a decision that has come at a cost. And so there might be a decision that you feel good about. We've got the Sun card, but you might feel equally happy and sad, and that's okay. You've made a loving choice for yourself. You're open to receiving love. That's our goal. And you're a person who is self-supporting, self-sustaining, and a great contributor to society. Okay, so what animal medicine can we get for our Libras? There for Libra. All right, what can we get for the Libras? Okay, I pulled two, crow and bear. And I love these cards. I love all of the animals, right? So don't eat them, okay? We love them, right? But bear and crow for Libra. And I like that two cards came out. Libra is a sign of duality, right? It's the scales of balance. So balancing your crow medicine with your bear medicine, Libras. All right, let's clear the deck for Scorpio. I'm going to take a sip here. Thank you. Pause, clear the deck for Scorpio. There's some coffee ground in my coffee. I've been putting pumpkin spice in my coffee still. I'm still like forever October, right? All right, clear for Scorp. What do our Scorpio friends need to know or hear? Clear for Scorpio. Okay. King of Wands, just like Virgo, taking charge of your own life, being in action, standing on your own 2 feet, you know, not taking any crap, like being bold and assertive, right? The Two of Wands, you too have had a decision to make, or you've been faced with taking a new action. Wands, 2, decision, choice, you know, the high road, the low road, the right road, the left road, the road less traveled, the more paved road, whatever. But you're taking a new action, okay? And that feels good. All right, the Seven of Coins, you've planted some seeds and you're waiting on the harvest. You're being patient, you know, and it's a positive change of course when you stand in your light, you stand in your power, Scorpio. All right, so let's clear and get a good animal spirit for me and all my Scorpio friends that are watching or that will watch. Okay, what's our animal card going to be for the weekend? Let's see. We also got rabbit. Oh my God, we're twinsies with Virgo. Okay, so my cousin's a Virgo. So Brooke, we have twinsy weekend energy. So let's find time to connect, okay, and geek out about the King of Wands and the rabbit. All right, clear the who? Sag. Okay, so let's see what Sagittarius, what advice we can give our Sag friends. The Sagittarius sun, moon, rising, maybe even a north node with Sag. What is some practical advice for our Sagittarius tribe? Let's see. Sag, all right. The Devil, the Ace of Cups, the Eight of Swords, the Page of Coins. Okay, I keep going. Like I kind of want a happier ending. I'm a more optimistic reader. But so Sag, you know, this is the Devil card. This is a card of tormenting yourself. So obsessing about usually sex and money is what comes up in the readings that I give. You might be obsessing about something else, but usually it has to do with your lover or your financial situation. So what do we need to do? We just need to get some love renewed in here. The Ace of Cups is a new love, or a renewed sense of love, or approaching love with a new set of lenses, you know, a new set of spiritual tools, right? Okay. You've been a prisoner of your own making, so nothing's actually really, really wrong except for the way that you're thinking about it. All right. And then we've also got over here the Page of Coins, which is a message about money, your income. And this is just kind of, you know, the Six of Swords. This is when I tell people they're just looking in the wrong direction. Look where you want to go, not what didn't happen or what couldn't happen or what should have happened, but where you actually want to go, and just row the boat in that direction. All right, so that's a lot of good information for our Sag friends. I have a lot of Sagittarius in my life that I love dearly. I have Sag rising, so I listen to that information as well. Let's get a special card, a special animal totem for our Sag. Let it be significant and meaningful to them so that when they see it, they feel like the universe has their back. Okay, ready? The horse. So who else got the horse? Somebody else got horse. Leo, was it you? I don't remember. But this is for Sag. And so this is just tapping into that more receptive side of the power. So you're not the aggressor, you're not the predator, you're not the attacker. You're standing in your own power too. All right. I love getting the horse card. Horse medicine is so beautiful. I love getting them in my dreams. All right, let's clear for, also, you know what's cool is that Sag is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is lord over horses, right? So that's kind of cool. And so is Sag. Sag is half horse, right? Neat. Duh. That was an obvious one. I almost missed it. I wish you guys could talk back. I'll look for some comments here. Okay. Jamie says that her husband is a Sag, and this is on point for him. Thank you for that feedback. It helps me to not feel like a crazy lady with cars. Y'all, some people think of me as the tarot lady. Some people think of me as the cookbook lady. Truth, I just enjoy doing this because it helps us live in sync with our own inner nature, our own inner knower, in sync with the cosmos and the land, you know. So hopefully this can help you be a little bit self-sufficient and in your own worlds too, right? Because we're all born wise. We all have the oracle within. So thank you, Jamie, for that feedback. Here's what fell out. We were shuffling for Capricorn. So clearing the deck for Capricorn. Clearing for Capricorn. April, thank you, April. I had no idea. I really appreciate it. Clear for Capricorn. Capricorn, Capricorn. What do they need to know? I've been following this Capricorn energy for a while. And it's been pretty consistent over the last month or so. The two that fell out were the King of Swords and the Tower. So this is like, maybe you really said something harsh and did something, you know, and maybe it needed to be said. Maybe you held a boundary and kept to it, and it's just crumbling now. And maybe that's uncomfortable, and maybe it feels wonderful. I don't know how it's going to feel to you, but it seems like your perspective or your sharp tongue or your harshness in some way, King of Swords, caused the downfall of the Tower. And so maybe that's a victory, and maybe it feels awful, and maybe it's both. So the next cards that came out here are the Four of Cups, the Death card, and the Page of Swords. So I would just say, like, be really careful with your responses, your reactions, your words to people. Let them pass through the three gates, right? Does it need to be said? Does it need to be said by me? Does it need to be said right now? Okay, Capricorn. And if you've caused an ending, if you've caused a death of some sort, you know, just knowing that wisdom is right on the other side. You know, there's a lesson right there available for you. So if you're struggling with this, look for the wisdom first, and remind yourself just to be kind so that you can be proud of who you are and the way that you handled things, so that you don't have a whole lot of cleanup mess to do. If you owe an apology, make it promptly. All right, anything else for our Capricorns? Six of Coins. So just kind of being more generous, you know, almost like letting somebody win or letting somebody think that they won, okay? And just going slow with what you're saying and thinking and writing and texting, okay? All right, what's a totem for Capricorn? Let's lighten it up a little bit. Mountain lion. Okay, so maybe you've had something to roar about. Check out what mountain lion medicine means for you, Capricorn, and let me know. Let me know if it makes sense. All right. So we are coming up on Aquarius. So clear the deck for Aquarius. Clearing for Aquarius. What do our Aquarius friends need to know and hear this weekend? Some practical advice or guidance for Aquarius. Let's see. Page of Coins. All right. New money. Six of Cups. Hanging out with old friends. The Tower. Something's coming crashing down. The Devil. Oh my gosh, we can't stop there. All right. So you're going to have to draw the line in the sand somewhere here, Aquarius. Like you have, it's almost like you're committed to something that you don't want to be committed to anymore. And you're changing your mind. And that's okay. It's okay to change your mind. So let's figure out how we can end this in a healthy, happy way that feels like we're being generous and kind and remembering that we're all just kind of brothers and sisters here in the same globe anyways. We're all in this together. So I think it has to do with your work. I think you've changed your mind. I think you don't want to be quite as committed to some aspect of it, and that's okay. That's just what I think. You might have a different opinion, and that's okay. If it doesn't resonate, that's okay. You can listen for your moon sign instead. But let's see, Aquarius, what kind of animal totem would be great for you to listen or have in your life? Blue heron. That's super magical. I love that for Aquarius. That's very Aquarian, right? Blue and it being a bird in the air. We had a lot of birds so far. Owl, eagle, heron. Was there another one? All right, let's clear for Pisces. Clear the deck for Pisces. Thank you, Pisces, for your patience. Happy birthday, Pisces. Clearing the deck for all of you. Clear for Pisces. Okay, that one fell out. So Pisces, you're looking for some stability in the motion of life. Let's see what we got for Pisces. Worst is over. More than two people in a relationship. You've got lots of options here, and the High Priestess. All right, so it's time for a little bit of alone time. It's time for a reset, Pisces. You need to unplug. You're trying to stay on the surfboard, and it's like a rogue sea, and you're just not going to stay on the surfboard right now. So unplug, get off the crazy train. Not your circus, not your monkeys. Let it crash. Let whatever problems are happening be the observer, not the participator or fixer of problems. Okay, there's a situation here where there's more than two people in a relationship, which that can mean a whole lot of things, right? It can mean that you've got a roommate, maybe that's causing a rift or not paying bills or something like that. Maybe a kid has moved home and that's causing problems. Maybe a baby's on the way. Maybe there's three adults in a relationship together, or two adults and one of them is seeing somebody else. There's lots of ways that you can interpret this mixed energies, right? But there's a lot of ways to handle this situation. And so I would begin asking for a magical third option. Again, I would unplug yourself. I would not stay in the mix of all of the things that are going up and down in your life. I wouldn't try to ride the wave. I would unplug and become the High Priestess and really tap into your cosmic intuitive nature. Mercury retrograde in Pisces, you're probably having a lot of old emotions wash up and surface anyways. So letting this be a weekend to cry alone, to cleanse a little bit, to let yourself kind of give yourself permission to not jump into the mix and just unplug, meditate, listen to your own breath in and out the nose, eyes closed, 20 minutes, not moving, sitting still, no music, no guided meditation, just sitting still with your eyes closed, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Okay? Pisces, yay! Okay, what fell out? Page of Coins and a Three of Swords. So I do feel like there's just some heartache going on, or like maybe the finances weren't going exactly as planned or something like that. That's okay. You're going to unplug and not participate in the drama and stay focused on clearing and cleaning your own auric field. So clearing for Pisces, what kind of animal medicine, what kind of totem can we have for Pisces? What would they love to see that would just make their weekend light up when they see this symbol? Okay, that one. That butterfly. Oh, that's great. So, undergoing a change. What's the quote about, like, it's the caterpillar thinks his life is over right before he turns into a butterfly? That's very similar to the tarot spread I just read for you. So being open to completely changing, and really opening your wings and shining and flying. Okay. So guys, that has been our Free Tarot Friday with a little bit of astrology and numerology mixed in. I look forward to doing this for you every week. It is a free service, so I really invite you and encourage you to pay it forward. Everybody watching, if everybody watching paid it forward in some capacity, if you bought the copy for the person behind you, if you spent an hour volunteering, if you signed a petition, if you just did something kind for somebody else, if you picked up some trash on the side of the road, that would just make my whole doing this worthwhile. So I hope you guys will come forward, and thank you for watching. I'll see you next time, and if you want to do something, you can see what's going on at wiseskiesadvice.com, also tiffanyharlick.com, and I'll put those links in for you. All right, have a beautiful weekend. Until next time, namaste.